Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are surrounded by pageantry and tradition, and it's clear to see that college football will be at its best today. The kickoff unit about to go to work. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, so here comes the offense for the first time today. And here he comes, a man who epitomizes the phrase, the tight end's always open, David.
And yes, he is, Reese, and it's so cool. The tight end position now has evolved so much. You can move him all over the field, and you can really highlight a guy of his ability.
Too big for safeties to cover and too fast for linebackers to cover. This is a weapon they've got to take advantage of.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
He's tackled at the 38-yard line. Third down coming up.
They plow ahead with the run, but still more ground needed to pick up the first down. Third down coming. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense will take the field for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt. They got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
He'll try to pop the draw. Oh, what a move. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. The Huskers come to the line in the hurry-up. Give to the running back. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Nebraska's had a lot of guys to feed over the years. Mike Rozier, Roger Craig, I am hip. But you don't know who's going to get it with this running attack.
Yeah, but I do know this, Reese. Whoever gets it is going to run the football physical. And Nebraska is going to be very happy. Their fan base will be jacked if they establish the physical ground game, because that's who they are.
A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. The offense in hurry-up mode. Looking for a man. It's Mendez. He's got his man. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unleashes one deep. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. He's going to take off. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can...
Touchdown, Nebraska! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Yeah, and really nice job seeing the middle of the field, seeing I can go deep and attack the middle of the field. And you can tell he runs a post, ball's right on him, catches the football, and then gets to gallop right into the end zone for a touchdown.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Little touch pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They've switched ends of the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second.
Okay, ready?
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Across the 25, he's got room. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get the...
He's loose. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
He'll try to tack on one more. Smashes it through for the PAT. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Southern Miss came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Hattiesburg had to sweat things out for much of the day. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
Here comes the offense on second down. To the air, it's Mendez. They've got the screen set up. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Going up top on first down. Quickly complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. That last completion sets him up on second down. He's looking to throw. He lofts one down the sideline. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, passing complete.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. It's complete to the left. Bust through behind his pad. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Smart offensive coordinators, they're going to throw deep balls, especially those 50-50 balls you hear about all the time. My wide receiver is better than your DB. But not on this play.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Orlando. And a really competitive game so far. I'm talking razor-thin margins in the big statistical categories. And while it may be a broken record, turnovers are the name of the game. The team that limits them, the ones that win that turnover margin, generally speaking, are the ones that have the best chance to get that dub. With that said, let's send it back to the guys inside the bounce house.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. About to kick it away again as we are tied up in the third quarter. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Looking to throw, it's Mendez. Throws to the wideout. Ball in the air, intercepted. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. And then a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
Zings it complete to the right. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Leaves it with the running back. Determined effort to pick up 6 and get it inside the red zone and down to the 16. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's got it again. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. 3rd and goal, where defensive coordinators have to make a stand. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Quick pass on the fly motion.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football. He'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
The 18 unit on the field. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. So they move the ball 37 yards on the drive, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
And they get him down. And the Huskers headed quickly to the line.
He does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at second and short, second and medium? Everything in the playbook is open to me.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Right back to the well. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. It'll be a draw. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Getting late, pressure building, huge third down coming up on the road for this offense. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And it's a first down, they'll mark it at the 44.
And it's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hand.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Second down now after the sack. Back to throw, it's Mendez. It's complete to the right. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. On third down, going up top. Snagged in the middle, it's Berg. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his protection.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They go to the draw. Not just hard-nosed running, that's cement-nosed running as he gets it to the 25. Off the play fake. Finds his big tight end. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Makes the catch. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the fourth with a touchdown. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Husker.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Central Michigan is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Chippewa's fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
They need something that goes forward this time on 2nd and long from the 14. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. The give to the big fullback. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The back goes in motion. Touch pass on the run. Looking for room at the 40. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is most dangerous.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Wide out in motion. With jet sweep pass. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Will they try to win it here or be content to play for overtime? They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Running back goes in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that and start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
It's unfortunate for this offense, guys. Had they not had the mental errors and mistakes early in the drive, they'd be sitting pretty right now. Even after that long gain on the running play, they've still got 4th down.
And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. Celebration erupts on the sideline as they take the lead in the final seconds.
It is a nerve-wracking feeling as a football player when the game comes down to your kicker. And he has to come through. And Palmer, he comes through with flying colors.
And you know in college football, no field goal is automatic. But there's no college kicker situation here. He drills that right through the uprights. And David, it looks like his team's getting the dub.
He'll start the return inside his 5. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. That's the entire scenario you build up in your head in the backyard. Final drive, everything on the line, and you get the W.
So dang cool. How many times did you do it in your backyard just like that, like you're talking about, Reese, making the play to win the game on the final drive when your team needed it the most, Jesse, just coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, as players, you love this, and that's why you rep it in practice throughout the week, these 2-minute type situations late in games. What are you going to dial up? What can you go execute? What can you lean on in order to get the W here? Great job by the offense.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.